obviously the Tantric path. And you have your job, you have your occupation, your relationship, your friends, and your spiritual practice. An ordinary day, let's say an average day, will involve a few good hours of spiritual practice, as many as you can fit in. Yeah, I can share that even if I was working 8 or 9 hours or 10 hours a day, I'll still get my 5-6 hours of practice, and that stands as a basis. But the practice, when it comes to tantric lifestyle, it's not isolated. It's not like, okay, you go and then you meditate, and in meditation you just feel ecstatic and silent and untouched by the world, and then when you go to your job you are just putting a mask and you're a completely different person, or you put the mask when you meditate. The idea is or in the life of a tantric, is that you meditate very intensely, and then when you go to your work you aim to experience that which you have in meditation. That silence, that centeredness, that intensity of presence, you bring it to your work. And as a tantric, you would develop very much your focus, for example. And then when you come to your work, you have a sharpness. You somehow have a certain grip upon your work that keeps it very, very clear, very much to the point, and you can do in less hours more. The other element that you would take from your meditation is a great love and a great honoring for other people, a tolerance, a patience, a willingness to ask for forgiveness, to recognize your mistakes. All these things, they are traits of Tantra. Yeah? In Tantra we are very much willing to make mistakes and willing to correct them. So you would do some practice in the morning, you would go to your work, and in your work you would actively bring spirituality there and find, okay, here I am proud, here I am lazy, here I lose my focus, let me get feedback. It's very good. You feedback with a friend, you feedback with your lover, you say, look, I have all these things, I want to become better, this is going much better, this is not so good, and you aim to make your work a spiritual practice, and eventually to experience, while you are, I don't know what, an accountant or a cook or a project manager or whatever it is, an engineer, whatever it is that you do in life, you aim to do that with this selfless and ecstatic attitude, and that the work somehow happens through you, like meditation. This is essentially how you would relate to the work. And then as a tantric, your spiritual practice puts you in this state of spontaneous openness to life. It's not a rigid form of spirituality in which you say no to everything that's not written in your holy book. In Tantra, rather say yes to everything. You meet somebody on the street and he needs some help, help. You just met a friend by chance and he says, hey, let's do that, do that. There is a certain background, if you follow the path of Tantra, of spontaneity, of trust and love for life. So you start your day, you're very firm with your practice, you're very clear about your work, but you are constantly open to all sorts of opportunities and all sorts of unpredictable, unexpected things to happen in your life. And then the time spent with our lover in Tantra is a time of very profound spiritual practice, and you take love very, very seriously. So you spend a lot of very good quality time with your lover, and you minimize any kind of flat time. So you would spend your mornings and even early mornings doing a very intense spiritual practice and meditation, and you would put the entirety of your being into that, like it's your last thing, the last thing you do, you save nothing. And then you go to work, and you would probably do some spiritual practice while you're driving. While you're going to work, you would do something so that the way from home to work would be elevated, would be meaningful either for transformation, or it brings this profound state of being, of sacredness. And then at work, regardless of what your work is, if you're following the tantric path, you would just put all your energy. If you're cleaning a toilet, you would just put the entirety of your being to clean that toilet vigorously, with a lot of passion, with perfection. or whatever it is that you do. If you are a manager, you would manage with great passion, with great love. And then in the evenings, you would probably practice a little bit more, do some more meditation, and spend wonderful quality time with your lover. Now in Tantra, we aim to cut out the flat time from our love relationship. So this thing of watching our TV show every Wednesday and being all flat with each other, you don't want to associate your relationship with flat, heartless habits. You would rather spend intense, spontaneous time together. You will create like a frame and say, okay, here, let's spend a few hours together, and then you allow yourself to be surprised. If it's you're going to do something artistic or watch some movie, very good. If you're going to lie and just love each other, very good. If you make love, you make love. If you take a walk and admire nature, you do that. But whatever you do it with intensity, with heart, so that the relationship is charged with this vividness. The relationship needs to be constantly associated with something which is alive, which is filled with passion, which makes your heart shiver. This is the essence of tantric relationship. And basically, whatever you would do, whether it's your practice, your job, or your relationship, as a tantric, you would just throw yourself completely to it and associate it or live it with great enthusiasm, intensity, and with a lot of awareness, with a certain background of silence. This is what you would aspire to. And then before going to sleep, if you're a good tantric, you would do a little bit more meditation. And if you made love, you would do the particular exercises that you do after you make love to reabsorb the erotic energy and to lift it, to sublime it. And then, of course, you would aim to sleep in this sacred, elevated, and conscious way. This would be a day in the life of a tantric practitioner.
Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra, and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.